Spoilers for Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 4. Just give me a minute. I mean, this is just wow. This is another great episode. It's slightly disappointing because that last episode, again spoilers, Ahsoka was name dropped, and it was like, yes, Ahsoka next week, and then he goes back to Navarro because his ship isn't working that great. Here's my thing with that. It shouldn't have been like that. It should have been, the episode last week should have ended with him saying, you know what, my ship isn't working that good. We need to go back to Navarro and have it fixed. Or have Carl Weathers call him and ask for a favor or something like that. You know, Grease Cargo, that's Carl Weathers' character. I didn't like why tease us like that. That's what I'm getting pissed off about the show is they're teasing us about stuff. They're saying, "Hey, we're gonna do this," and then they drop a little bit of filler in there. And this story did advance the story, but it's still like there was a better way to give us this without teasing us about something else. And I'm getting pissed off with the show for that reason. I want to watch what you're telling me you're gonna show me, but I also don't want to be like, okay, yes, we're getting this next week, and then we don't get it. Now, granted, still a great episode, still enjoyed it, but I just need them to stop the teasing because the teasing is irritating. Again, there was a better way to set this episode up. But besides that, it was a really great episode. He goes back to Navarro, gets his ship fixed, and we see this little guy. He kind of glares at Mando for a minute. And you're like, what's his deal? And throughout the entire episode, I forgot about this guy until the very end. But, they go, I keep calling it Carl Weathers, but that's his character. Cara Dune, Grease Cargo, and the Minthral, which is this dude over here, this little dude, the Minthral. If you remember the first episode of Mandalorian, he was captured by Mando and frozen in carbonite. Well, he has been released, and we kind of see what has happened to Navarro and how it's become a better place. There's a school and stuff, and that's awesome. But they go to this, what they assume is a military base, and they said it was empty. Nope, stormtroopers. Not a crap ton, but a decent amount of them. So they go to blow up this place, and then they find out it's a lab. Now Mando also finds out that not Grease Cargo, Moff Gideon is still alive, which, I mean, I guess we found out, I mean, that was kind of obvious for the fans. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like Incredibles 2, where they like have that thing where they like, oh, Jack has powers. It's like, well, okay, but didn't you guys already know this somehow? It felt like you did, and then it's kind of like, I guess not. But it, yeah, this is a great moment because it establishes our threat is still around, and they blow up this place successfully. And I thought, okay, well, there's still like 10 minutes left in the episode. Are they going to go back to, is Mando going to leave? And then he's going to get to the planet, and he's going to be like, are you Ahsoka Tano? And then she's going to go, yes, who's asking, and like turn around. And you're going to see her face. Credits roll. Which would have been a great ending to the episode, but no. What happens here is the episode, we see a moment of Cara Dune's character being offered back into the rebellion and the New Republic, and you kind of see a little bit why she quit, and that's a really great moment. I think that it does more to her character, because My issue with Ben with Cara Dune is she doesn't really have a character. She's just kind of there. You know, the actress Gina Carano plays her very well. She has fun with the character, but there isn't much of a character. Like, what do we know about her? Oh, she was part of the rebellion at one point. Cool, that's it. But now we know more about her, and I enjoyed knowing a lot more about that character. Um, and I like seeing kind of this heartful moment with this guy here in this episode. And then at the end, uh, that little dude that glared at Mando at the beginning of the episode dropped a tracker into his ship. And now Moff Gideon is on their tail. They know they have the child. And... So it's interesting. They're testing other things. They didn't show what those things were in the episode very clear. They just were like, "Oh, this is a lab," and you can kind of see some stuff. But like, what's going on? Is my guess in this episode of what this lab stuff is that they're gonna use they're trying to build a Sith Lord, a new one, a new Sith Lord. Palpatine's gone. They're trying to create one. So they're taking Force sensitive beings and trying to like put dark side users' blood within those Force sensitive beings. Because they mentioned blood in this episode and how the child didn't have enough and as much as they needed and stuff. So I could be wrong. Of course, it's just a theory kind of prediction thing that I think could happen. Like the blood of that character is just beautiful. It's just kind of an interesting idea. I would love that idea to be full fruition. We find out that the child was supposed to be like a dark side user. That would be like such a great reveal because you have this like cute little baby toddler character, and then you reveal that the reason why these bad guys want him all this time is not because he's too cute and they can't get enough of him. It's because they straight up try to make him an evil being. I mean, that would be like such a great reveal. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen with Ahsoka. Is Sabine going to show up next week with Ahsoka? Who knows? Is Captain Rex going to show up with Ahsoka? Who knows? But I just want to know what's going to happen next. We don't really know. I'm excited. This show's going great so far, and I love that it's being more connected because that was one of my issues about season 1 is just the filler was ridiculous. This season, you couldn't call episode 1 fully filler, but it's kind of filler. And then episode 2 was definitely filler, but it still did enough to show you, okay, they're gonna do more in the next episode. So yeah, I mean, this is a great show so far. I'm really loving it. Stay tuned for my review of The Right Stuff, episode 8, and the first episode of The Real Right Stuff. And on Hulu, the Animaniacs reboot just dropped this Friday, so stay tuned for all that coverage coming your way. I'm really excited to check all that stuff out. But yeah, I really loved this show.